Hello, I'm grateful to be here. How is my name? A health relationship intuitive coach. And today I just wanted to talk about how to stop being miserable because this is where I lived for most of my life. I've lived a miserable life. I felt unwanted. I felt unloved. I felt alone. And I've been inspired to talk about this because lately I just felt the need. There was just that something that I was like, I just want to share something with my sister. It was just something personal because I was excited and I shared something and I just got a mere response. So it took me back to the time when I was a child where most of the time I was hurting. I felt alone. I could not really connect with my family. I was called many names, a rebel being one of them. I was misunderstood in many ways, and I still remember up to this day that what kept coming through many times was just that you are not like my other children. That came through many times. I was being reminded of how I am not like the other ones. And I just spoke or responded from this. It was more like an egoistic response to say, yes, I don't have to be like them because my name is different. I mean, I just did not understand it until now. But still, even though when I was saying all those things, I was hurting. I was hurting and I looked for company outside, and still by going outside there for my parents, it was like she's just a rebel now. She's running away from home. And it's funny because some of these things, they come through as so they come in layers. I even forgot that there was a time when I kind of like ran away from home for 2 weeks and stayed with some friends, and I was followed at school and even beaten at school and all that. And like this event, like I said, I was sharing something with my sister, and I expected at least to ask questions for her to get curious. But there was no curiosity or anything. It was just one response, and that's it. And I was like, oh. And then it took me back there where I felt all the emotions of not really belonging to my family, and that's one of the really, like I said, it's one of the core wounds, really. And then we grow, we attract people who are coming to show us the template that we were born into, the template that we carried for a long time. And we start being miserable, we start pointing fingers, we start blaming the other people that we are interacting with, who are coming with their own template and just showing us the template that we are carrying with ourselves. And I just wanted to share this with you. I'm sharing my story with you because my story might be your story. It might be something you might see yourself in my story. Probably you had a lot of anger, whatever emotions that you had when you were a child, because my base emotion was really anger. I was angry. I was really angry. I was not even only angry because I did not feel that I belong. I was angry at the whole nonsense of keeping up together and pretending that everything is fine. I was born into a violent family. I was born into a lot of emotions that were happening. People were angry. Some people did not, like for instance, my mom did not live the life that she was meant to live. She did not live in her power. She felt powerless and she fought through it. And when she saw me coming through with, I am gonna live my life and I don't care what people are saying, I'm gonna question everything that is going on, I'm not gonna keep quiet. That was a part of her that she denied. That was a part of her that was hurting, and she was pushing that away. She was running from it. And when I say how to stop being miserable, I want you to start sitting with yourself and notice. When you are running after something outside of you, when you are chasing that which you call love, when you are chasing the belongingness, what is it that you are running from? When you are resenting some things or some people in your life, when you see someone shining or having something or speaking and you just get that irritated, like, oh, that ew, or too arrogant, or start naming whatever, what part of you are you really denying? Because I have lived that life where in my family I was like this rebel and all that. I got judged a lot of time. I tried to stay calm, that pretense, but many times I'll just erupt with anger and respond and all that, because I was not born to conform to what was. I was born to be of service. I was born to wake up the people that I interacted with, even my family, even my parents, to wake up to that truth, so that they can ask themselves, is that really what is? Are they going to continue living that life? This is why I was born into this family where I did not belong. My purpose there was just to show them that, hey, this is not it. But at the end of the day, by showing them that because you can feel the energy, people were talking about what I said, especially when you talk from anger, you are now, it's not really being of service, but I was a child. That was the only way that I could let my voice be heard, especially that most of the time I was like the rebel, you don't listen, even the way you dressing. There's nothing that I did that was okay. And as much as I continued doing it, I just did it. It's like it was okay because no one really approves of it. No one really likes it. But at the end of the day, I was hurting. There were some things that I repressed. I didn't want to be seen. Whenever I got somewhere, I knew that, oh, I am this one, whatever that I was labeled as. And I would sit in a corner wondering, if I say something, will I be selling myself out? Would they realize how much I'm not fitting in? Would they realize the rebel in me? I did not feel worthy, and I continued even getting into relationship that led into that. And I ran away from myself for a long time, and I stayed in pain because I was chasing that which I was not given as a child. I wanted to belong at least to something or someone. And the more I ran, the more painful it was. I lost even more parts of myself. And I'm sharing my story, like I said, so that you can find yourself in this. I'm sharing this so that you do not spend a lot of years running from yourself. I'm sharing this so that you can now feel in your body and really realize, what is it that you are repressing? What is it that you are really denying? Because whatever that you judge about other people, whatever that you are seeking, because at times you think you are seeking something, you run after something which you cannot even get hold of because you are running away from yourself. I want to save you the time that you might lose getting even more miserable instead of finding yourself. What if you come back to your body? Like there's something that I shared on my Facebook yesterday about using these intense energies, you riding on this wave to really feel what is within us. What is it that you are afraid of? Because these are the times when we still go outside because we ran out so that we can really survive whatever that we went through. And now when things like this happens, we still go out to say, oh, this is happening, and we just join in. And what I shared is to go within and find out what is it that you are really afraid of. Make it personal, because there's a lot of things that you might have repressed and suppressed, and this is the fear that is coming through, and you are not even aware it's your fear. You're just going with the whole noise of whatever that is happening. This is happening for us. It's mass awakening. It's happening so that a lot of things can really be shifted. And I'm talking to you, if you're a woman and you find yourself in relationships or even within the family where you cannot even speak your opinion or say whatever that you have to say. The only way to say it is when now you are angry, you cannot take it anymore, and then from there you go into this whole guilt where now you blame yourself. Maybe I would have done it better, or I am not evolved enough, or whatever. You go into that hole and then you come back again and all that. I have lived that life through the rest of my life. And still I knew it was not right, because every time I got angry, I even got more rejection, and I felt bad about it. But there was a time in my life where I could feel the whole anger coming through in a relationship that I was in. And at that moment, it was just like, how say whatever that you feel, just let it out. And I said it, and I did not judge myself. And for the first time, I was just like, oh my God, that felt really good, you know? Because for a long time, I could not even let the anger that wanted to come through, I could not let it come out. I'm not saying go lash out at other people, because you're going to break relationship that you can heal if you work on them, the relationship that can be repaired. But if you go my way, you're going to lose more. And I'm sharing this because I don't want you to go through the route that I took. It took me a very long time. I've lost a lot of things along the way, even relationships, because I could not even say no. I couldn't. I just had to just either keep quiet or yeah, no, that kind of thing. And then things carry on, things happens. And then afterwards, I get angry, and then it's like, oh, we thought she was okay with it. No, I wasn't, but I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know because I didn't want to be rejected. And this is what happens in relationship. This is what happens with our relationship with our children. This is what happens at work. I could not even say anything. And I'm just coming to you to say it. Are you willing to go through this route of feeling miserable? Or you want to stop by now being with you? Because as a health relationship coach, what I can tell you is this is one of the basics of the having a relationship, of relating with other people. Include family, at work, with yourself. Because the more you run away from yourself, the more painful it gets. And the question is, for how long? Like I said, I was miserable. I did not belong. I felt my own mom rejected me. While indeed, the aspect that she rejected, which was the very strong aspect or the dominant aspect that I was carrying, that's the aspect that she denied. She did not live that. Whatever reason, circumstances that she was going through, she did not live that. And then I came through with that dominant aspect of herself that she denied. It was like, hell no, I do not want this. And I had to go through a lot of things to even heal that. And wherever she is lying now, we have an amazing relationship, which happened towards the end of her passing. And I want you to save time, if your parents are still alive, to save time of having that amazing relationship with them and even create those intimate relationships. I want to save you time, or even the whole grief that you might be going through, because there is different types of grief. There is grief of ourselves, where we really grieve for the loss of ourselves. And then at times it happens that we part with our family members before we can solve the issues. And then there is also that guilt, if only I did this. But they are there. They are still there. You can work on this and create an amazing relationship while they're still on the other side. And this is why I'm showing up. And if you resonate with anything that I've shared, and you feel like you want to talk and go deeper, I'm your person. I went through this. I did not read books. I was in it. It is my experience. And it is my experience, rightfully so, because it's what I've done many lifetimes. I have stood up for women, and it's becoming clear. It's my calling, is what I'm waking up to. It's the vision that when I sit down to meditate, I'm being taken into that, where I was pulling women out of that powerlessness, where I was pulling women out of the relationship which they didn't know how to end. And one of the fears that I had for a long time was the fear of being judged, because somehow my being remembered what happened, but I'm still going to carry on, because this is what I came here to do. From the suffering that I went through, even in the relationships where I could not say whatever I wanted to say, where I was judged even because I did not have maybe the equal money as my partner, and I was belittled as nothing. Yet what I'm doing as a mother, it's really a lot. It doesn't have to be in monetary form. And I know a lot of women are suffering, they're living in this pain. But then we go out and smile and be normal. I'll leave you with that. We've got a choice to make while we're still walking the earth. And while I say that, this is what my mom said a few days ago. She came through and she said, the best gift that you can give yourself while you're still walking the earth is forgive yourself and everyone else. She never had the chance to do that while she was here. And she came through and she said, share with everyone, your siblings, share with everyone. And I'm sharing this with you. That is the best thing that you can, that is the best gift that you can give yourself. For how long are you willing to live in shame, guilt, regret, unworthiness? Choose freedom. That's what I'm offering. Freedom. Freedom. It's your divine right. It's your birthright. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you. And I'll leave you with that.